2, 1. Here we go. Okay, so 3.2, day 2, here we come. All right. You guys, yesterday you worked on, well, let's back up. Monday you worked on the graphing method. I just quizzed you on it. Tuesday you worked on substitution. It is Wednesday today. Now we're working on what?
Elimination.
It is the elimination method, okay? Now, here's the deal. Substitution is a really nice method when you have coefficients of what?
1.
1. See this one? 4x, not 1. 2y, 3y, 4x. They're not. This is not a good problem for substitution. So now you switch gears on the test. When you get the test next week or maybe 2 weeks from now, switch gears and do the elimination method. How do you do it? Well, I started you with what I consider a pretty easy problem. Let me show you why I think it's easy. Mostly because every one of those steps is done for you. They're all done for you. Here we go. First thing you got to do is line up what?
X and Y term.
Oh, are they lined up?
Yes.
X term on top of X, Y term on top of Y. Yep. And what else?
Constants.
Is 9 lined up above 16?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's done. Step 1's done. Step 2, make sure you have what terms?
Opposite of 2y.
Opposite terms. Not both, just one or the other. Is 4x the opposite of negative 4x?
Yes.
Yep. So guess what? You already have opposites. Step 2 is done. That's why this is an easy problem. Everything's done for you. Step 3, add both equations and eliminate one of the variables. Are you allowed to add equations?
Yeah.
You sure? Let's try it. 3 equals 3. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
7 equals 7. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
So can you add equations?
Yeah.
What would it say?
10 equals 10.
10 equals 10. It still works. You are allowed to add equations. So let's do it. Add both equations. Here we go. When you add, because you have opposites, what happens?
Cancel each other out. Eliminate.
You eliminate the x's, right? Eliminate them. Okay. What about the y's? 5y. What about the constants? 9 and 16. 25. You're just adding. Look how easy this is now. 5y equals 25. What's y? 5. Well, by the way, you're half done. The answer to your system is something, comma, 5. Okay, now how do I get the x value? Just plug it in. It says it right here. Add both equations, eliminate one of the variables. I did it. Solve for the remaining variable. I did it. And then substitute the answer, 5, into one of the 2 original problems. Okay, so here we go. Here's 5. Go into this y or this y, and it's all up to you what you want to do. Either the top equation or the bottom. You got a preference?
Top.
Top, okay. Top it is. So we go what? 4x plus 2y equals 9. What's y? It says right here, y is 5. So put the 5 in for y. Okay, and 2 times 5 is 10. Now what? Subtract 10. When you subtract your 10, you get what?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. Is this going to be a nice integer?
No.
No? Okay. So the answer is?
Negative 1 over 4.
Yep. Cross it out. X equals
Negative 1 over
a fraction. So here it is. There it is. Now, do you remember on Monday when I had you graph all these and you had to tell me where they intersected? Again, this wouldn't be a fun one, would it?
No.
No, it would be really hard to pick out an intersection point that's a fraction. And that's why we have these other methods, because this is really the way you'd probably do it. You probably wouldn't graph. Graphing is just more of a visual way to see it. Okay, it works, it's just not the greatest method. Okay, why was it easy?
Everything was kind of done for you.
Everything was pretty much done for you. Step 1 was done. Step 2 was done. Step 3, by step 3, you actually had to start working. Add both equations. You had to work. This was considered one of the easy ones. I'll put one of these on the quiz. One easy one. Okay, then they get harder, and here's why. Well, they get harder because of, it is harder because when you look at it, do you have opposites on top of each other?
No.
No. Here's the problem. You don't have opposites. So there's one way to make sure you get opposites, and it's what? Using what?
-1.
Multiplication. You can multiply your equations by any number you want. For example, I think everybody agrees that 10 is equal to 10.
Yeah.
But if I multiply the left side by any number I want, I'll pick a 2. Is it still equal? Sure, it's still equal. I can pick any number I want, multiply left and right, and I get the same equation. So now, here's the deal. You want opposites. So you want this x term to be opposites. Can you make these numbers bigger and opposite? Like by doing what?
Times a
Right.
number that's compatible with both.
Okay,
Negative.
so what number do 2 and 3 both go into?
6.
6. So here's what I would do if I were you. If you want this to be 6x, you should just put 6x. You want the other one to be negative 6x? Put negative 6x. Put them down first. Then go back up top with your pencil and then start quizzing yourself. What would I have to multiply a 2x by to get it to be 6x? 3. And then don't forget the other side. 3. Okay. What would I have to multiply 3x by to make it negative 6x?
-2.
2 is good, but I need it to be negative, so negative 2, right? And then over here, what? Multiply by negative 2. So you're using multiplication to help you get set up for elimination. Okay, so now that you wrote that, some of you don't move an inch. So it tells me you're doing this tonight, I suppose, right? What's this times this, and this times this? 6x, I got it,
21.
plus 21y equals 12. Most students get these wrong because they forget to multiply the other side. They just write down the number 4. That's why they get it wrong. This one will be what? Negative 6x
Minus 10y
minus 10y
equals 10.
equals 10. Okay. If you go back up and look at your steps, I think you're on step 3 now. Add your 2 equations together. Put a plus sign here. Let's add. X, or yes.
So in step 2, it says make sure you have opposite x or y
Yep,
terms.
yep.
So,
I have x's that are opposite. I don't need both of them to be opposite, just one.
but they can be, they
Okay.
can both be negative.
It cancels.
Well, if they're both negative, they're not opposites. What's
that's
opposite?
right, that's
Opposite is what? One's positive,
Yeah.
one's negative, right? Okay. All right. Good?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Add down. What do you get?
Nothing.
Nothing. You just eliminated. That's why they call it the elimination method. 21y, take away 10y.
11y.
12 plus 10.
Oh,
22. Divide by what?
11.
11. And we're getting y to be 2, right? So in this problem, I already know the answer, half the answer. It's what? No. Okay, it is 2 for which one?
Y.
Second.
Okay. So now, get that x. Put that 2 where?
In for one of them.
In for one of the original equations. This y or that y? Bottom? They were picking the bottom. 3x plus 5 times y, which is 2 by the way, equals negative 5, right? 3x plus 10 Good? Now what? Just say the 2 steps.
Add 10.
Not add 10.
Subtract.
Or yeah,
Subtract 10. Subtract 10, get what?
negative 15.
Negative 15.
Divide by
Right.
3,
Okay, what's the answer?
negative 5.
Divide by 3, negative 5. Okay. Good?
Yeah.
Can you check these?
Mhm.
You can put them in. You can see if you're right. Did anybody check the quiz you just handed in?
Nope.
Period 4. I don't have a big class. I only have like 12 kids. Period 4, one of the 12 kids checked. And one of them said, I checked, but I checked in my calculator. And I said, I don't care. If you check in your calculator, that's great. The other girl, she checked it, she actually worked it out. But the other 10, you know what they did? They got an answer and they just what? They just accepted it. Oh, I hope it's right. You guys, you can check these answers every time, okay? All right. Go to the next page and that's yours. That's all you. Go. Go get it. Go get it. Start with getting opposites. Opposites. Either get rid of the x's or get rid of the y's. Well,
Oh,
you have to show it the same thing. You're saying 7 over 2.
Let's see
You need notes?
Oh, yeah.
So this would give you 14 y, and this would give you you probably want to go for 2 negatives. That's probably what you want. By the way, that's what well, so you get them all. Then you, I do 15. So I just put it on the board. So
Oh, no,
you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Okay. Heads up. All right. Choices. In math you have choices. So you either have to look at this problem and say, I want to get rid of the x's, or I want to get rid of the y's. If you chose the x's, 3x, 5x, you could make them both what?
15.
15x, and then the other one what?
Negative 15.
Yep. Okay. So, did anybody out there pick on the y's?
Don't do that.
Not one person picked on the y's? John did.
John did.
And John, what did you make this y term and this y term?
14.
Yep. Okay, as long as you make one of them 14y and the other one negative 14y, it's the same thing. You'll get the same answer. He'll go about it a little different direction than you. He'll get there, you'll get there, we'll all get there. But since most of the class did the x's, John, I'm sorry, I'll stick with the majority right now. So John, keep going, you'll probably get it. Okay, here we go. To get 15x, you probably multiplied by 3x times 5, I hope, right? To get 5x to be negative 15x, you multiply by
Negative 3.
negative 3. And don't forget the other side, right? Okay, here we go. Okay, 5 times 3x, 15. 5 times 7y,
35.
35y. Thank you. Equals 5 times 15,
75,
75. Negative 3 times 5x,
minus 6y,
minus 15x. Negative 3 times 2y,
minus 6y,
and negative 3
12.
times negative 4 is 12. Okay. Do you have opposites?
Yes.
15x, negative 15x. Add down. Get what here?
Nothing.
Nothing. Thank you. Okay. This and this make what?
29y.
29y. This and this make what? 87. Divide by 29.
3.
Equals 3.
3. Okay. Okay. So you're half done. You know the answer is 3 for y. What's x?
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Good. Put it in. Here or down here? Say it. Top, bottom. Bottom. Negative 15. X minus 6 times what? 3 equals what? 12. Guys, I don't care where you put that 3. You either put it in the bottom or the top. It doesn't matter. You're going to get the same x value. This is negative 15x. What? All right.
Yeah.
Negative 15x. How do you get the 18 over?
Yeah.
Don't you add 18
One of you.
and get what?
30.
30. Right?
Yeah.
Divide by 15. Negative. Negative.
Well, I mean, we say the same answer.
What do you get?
Negative 2.
Negative 2.
Should we say?
Okay. Here it is.
Mr. Painter?
Yes, I did it wrong.
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to put it into one of the original problems.
I thought I did.
No.
Oh, I didn't go to the original, did I?
No.
No.
I mean, we
But
still got
here's
same
the deal.
answer, but still.
Here's the deal. Just so you know,
Same.
it doesn't matter if I go here or the originals. Why do you think I want you to go to the originals?
So that you can make sure
Makes
that
more
it's
sense.
In case I made a mistake. What if I would have made a mistake, you know, from here to here? I would have got an answer. It would have been wrong because I made a mistake from here to here. I should have plugged this 3 where?
I was so confused.
In for that y or that y. But I got it right.
Yeah.
That is right. The reason I got it right is because I didn't make a mistake from here to here. So I got lucky. Okay? Sometimes you get lucky. Okay. Try this one and this one, and I'll explain what just happened. And maybe you're already done. I don't know. Did you notice right away the x terms are opposite?
Yeah.
Y's are opposite. Okay. This happens.
Okay.
What do you get here?
It's 0. You get nothing.
Plus equals.
0. You do nothing.
So doesn't this really say this?
0 equals 0. I mean, yeah.
Hey guys, when the x's and the y's, the variables disappear, it means you no longer have this system. You don't have this system. You don't have one answer. You have either this, how many answers?
none.
None. Or this,
Infinitely many.
infinitely many. Look up here, I wrote you a little note. A true statement, 0 equals 0, which you have, means you have what?
Infinite.
Infinitely many. Which means you have this line. Where's the other line?
Right on top.
Right on top. You have this one. Okay, so you would say, this is when I say infinitely what?
Many solutions.
Okay. All right, now, just so you know, this is not the answer. If you say 0 equals 0, and then you write this to me, you tell me, well, that's true. Well, that's not what I asked. I asked you what is the answer to this. There's infinitely many solutions because it's the same line on top of the same line, okay? So you have to say this, not true. All right, go to the next one. What happened? 0
Yeah.
plus what?
0 equals
Equals what? which means,
6 equals.
is this true or false?
False.
Okay, now, I wrote you a note. If you ever get something that's false, like 0 equals 15, or 0 equals 2, or 0 equals 6, you have to say what?
No solution.
Which means the lines on Monday when we did this, it was what?
Parallel.
They were parallel. They didn't touch. So you have to say this. This will happen, by the way, all year. All year this will happen. You'll solve things and you'll say, that's not true. No solution. Or you'll say, that's true every time. Infinitely many solutions. There's so many answers I can't tell you all of them. Okay? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the elimination method? No?
Yeah.
You like what?
Third substitute.
You like substitution. You know, it's funny, I always think students will pick the elimination methods, but then there's some students that just say, no, I like that substitution method. It's my favorite. You can only really use it though when what?
Yeah, variable 1
A coefficient of
that.
1. That's the otherwise if you're gonna solve, like if you're gonna use substitution on something like this, 3x plus 4y equals 8,
That's a little bit.
that's a mess. Because which variable are you gonna solve for? See, I wouldn't even do this. I do the elimination method. But if you were picking, like, let's say you pick the x, to solve for the x term, what would this be? A minus 4y, right? Divide by 3, 3, 3. Look at the mess you just got yourself. What does x equal? Negative 4/3 y plus 8/3. Now you got to take that and substitute it in the other equation. No way. The substitution method is not the greatest method. The graphing method is really not a good method. Elimination is supposed to be what? Perfect. The best method. That's why I'm surprised when people don't say that. But whatever. Say what you want to say. Here's the deal. I haven't even seen these quizzes yet. I'll hand them out. You can work. You got 10 minutes. Take out your book. By the way, tomorrow's a book assignment too. Okay, so bring your book. If you're gonna borrow my book, there's about 5 on the floor over there.
Books are too heavy.
But it was 1.1.
Other side of the room. I don't have a seat. Try to get a couple done. Hey guys, it isn't really the time to visit. It's actually the time to put your nose down on the desk and really start going. Push that pencil, get it going, right?
Wait, you want these back?
Case. You can.
Yeah, probably.
You want these back?
Yeah, I will.
I don't know if there's 4 wrong or 4 right.
What did you get?
You either got all my money or not.
Remember to check.
Oh, look at you, like, I know it did not. I didn't think she's asking. No, I just grabbed
So it's a one question test and you're gonna know solution.
just grabbed it. Just grabbed the line.
I know, how should we ignore?
See all that? See all that work?
Hey, look. You got 5 points on that quiz. They work. Watch. 1 point for solving for y. 1 point for solving for y. If you solve for y, you got 2 points. Then if you graph this one correctly, that way, that's 2 more points. Then you have to say what? Where? What's the common solution? There it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Now the girls, they're just learning how to correct, so they might not have showed you what you got wrong. That's, you can kind of decide, what did I get wrong? Did I get these wrong, or did I get the lines wrong? Or did I not tell what the answer was? You got to know what you did wrong, okay? So, I do need these. I don't want you walking out. I need them.
Instead of solving for one.
Oh, sure. They didn't know that. They didn't know what you were doing. So then where's your answer? Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a 5.
Okay.
They don't know what you're doing.
Alright.
Because I
I
told
was
them.
like, did I do it right or?
Maybe you have to talk. Okay. Yeah, I gotta have them back, guys. I'm coming. Let me look at this as soon as you go. Guys, if you have questions on it, you just want to stay for a minute or two, talk to me.
It's okay.
Almost parallel. They would intersect somewhere along the way.
More or less doing this without your questions. You could take it, I'm not.
You get Y by itself.
I just wanna see how much you can get.
I'm gonna need a lot of this.
You missed that. You weren't in my class the first week. That's what I thought.
Look at the teachers, I hate you.
So maybe you and I need to. Can you come in? Oh, can you come in the morning?
Oh, we did this yesterday. This is the other problem.
Okay. Well, I think we gotta do something. We gotta do either after or before. Or 7th period or 3rd period. I'm off.
That's why I'm
I feel like you have an off. That's exactly what I said. Okay. All right. Did I get them? Okay. If you have a question, I'll get to you.
I literally got 0.
I might be a father. I might be a father.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, I know, but I'll tell you.
He just can't tell.
Well, you might be
Which also means. Okay, where's the question?
my mom.
Question is.
I feel like my parents like, well, it's unfair to back now, so.
You
Yeah.
Bye, you guys.